fire down here at Trenton all night, y'all. Can't have nothing in Trenton, man. One victim already, gunshot wound.
How many hit? You all right? She hit? No. You all right? If you're not moved, get back! Get down! Yo, he wasn't doing nothing. He wasn't doing nothing. Yo, he wasn't doing nothing. He wasn't doing nothing. Yo, he wasn't doing nothing.
That's this guy. Everybody move. Hey.
Yo, is he hit?
Everybody come on.
I think he's hit over there.
Yes, he is. Move, please.
All right. Let me get up. Security.
Come on, move, please.
We're moving.
Move back there.
There's a phone right there. There's a phone on the ground right there. I don't know if that's yours or not.
Someone the ones who got shot? Yeah.
I'm good. I'm slow with it, repeat.
Look, bullet came out here too.
And we have a Fox News alert for you now. 20 people have been wounded. This happened in a shooting at an arts festival in New Jersey, this occurring earlier this morning. One suspect, police say, is dead. 2 others are in custody. Here is the mayor of Trenton, Eric Jackson.
This is truly a tragedy for Trenton. I want to assure our residents and the many guests that come into our city that my office and the city of Trenton, my police department, and all the law enforcement agencies are taking this shooting extremely seriously.
Brian Yanis is live in Trenton right now with the very latest breaking developments on this. Hi, Brian.
Hi, Eric. Well, you're looking right now at a pretty active investigation scene right here. This is where the shooting happened at about 2:50 in the morning, an art all-night festival at a warehouse here in the historic portion of Trenton, New Jersey. That is the entrance to the warehouse where about 1,500 pieces of artwork were inside. This is, again, a 24-hour all-night art festival for the community. And then all hell broke loose, according to witnesses who were here at about 2:50 in the morning. Shots were fired. Now, investigators believe that this was a fight between individuals that then happened to break out into this venue here with this art all night festival. This is what we know about the injured. 22 people were hurt in this shooting last night. 17 people were wounded by gunshot. 4 people are in critical condition, including a 13-year-old boy who is said to be in, quote, extremely critical condition. Investigators are also now looking into whether or not a carjacking that happened after this shooting took place is involved in what happened. Take a listen.
We are also investigating what is purportedly an attempted carjacking that took place in the alleyway near Dye Street. 3 individuals were in a vehicle when a male came up to the vehicle in the aftermath of the shooting, and at that point may or may not have pointed a gun.
Again, police believe this was an argument between individuals. Right now, a 33-year-old male was shot dead. He's believed to be a suspect, and they believe police shot him. 2 other suspects are now in custody. This type of festival, there are about 1,000 people that were here at 2:50 in the morning, and now some of these artists are out here, and some of the victims have come out of the hospital, and they're here to lay down flowers and to see if they can actually get inside this warehouse that has been closed off to get their pieces of artwork back. The art in the festival actually released a statement. It says, quote, we're very shocked. We're deeply saddened. Our hearts ache and our eyes are blurry, but our dedication and resolve to building a better Trenton through community, creativity, and inspiration will never fade. Not tonight. Not ever. And again, the governor of New Jersey, Phil Murphy's just spoken just a few minutes ago, but he tweeted, quote, that that this is just another example as to why we must eradicate the scourge of gun violence from our communities. Right now, again, the only dead that we have right now is a 33-year-old male suspect. 2 are in custody, 22 hurt, and we had that 13-year-old who is all in our thoughts and prayers right now in extremely critical condition.
Absolutely. Eric? Brian, thanks so much.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Again, Angelo, Onofri, the Mercer County Prosecutor. Since we last spoke to you, there have been 2 additional victims that have presented themselves for treatment. 1 individual presented himself to St. Francis Medical Center with what is being described as a grazed gunshot wound. The other individual presented herself to Robert Wood Johnson Hospital in Hamilton Township. She was apparently ducking behind a vehicle when that vehicle pulled out. She was thrown and sustained bruising and abrasions to her scalp. Concerning the 4 victims who were listed in critical condition, there is no status change in their condition. Also, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms is on scene and is assisting with the investigation. We've had the opportunity to speak with Attorney General Graywall, the Director of the Division of Criminal Justice. We've also spoken with the United States Attorney's Office, Congressman Chris Smith, and several of the other county prosecutors who have all offered their assistance should we need it. Additionally, we've spoken with several of the area pastors. We've updated them on the situation, and we are planning to meet with them tomorrow to give them a briefing, and we'll be coordinating all that through Pastor John Taylor of Friendship Baptist Church. We are also investigating what is purportedly an attempted carjacking that took place in the alleyway near Dye Street. 3 individuals were in a vehicle when a male came up to the vehicle in the aftermath of the shooting, and at that point may or may not have pointed a gun at the individuals. The vehicle sustained some damage, and that is an ongoing investigation at this point. So to update, there are now a total of 22 people injured, 17 of those individuals by gunshot. That is really the only update that we have at this point. And so unfortunately I won't be taking any questions, but do thank you for being here, and we'll try to get back to you in a couple hours. Yeah, sure, Alex. So what occurred today, for those of you who weren't here previously, at about 2:45 a.m., the Trenton Police Department began receiving radio transmissions as well as 911 calls concerning shots fired and officers needing assistance at the historic Roebling Wireworks building located at 675 South Clinton Avenue, where the Art All Night event was taking place. The preliminary investigation revealed that there were multiple individuals attending Art All Night when at least two suspects opened fire inside the venue. At that point, multiple weapons were recovered. There are now, as I had mentioned, 22 individuals who have sustained injuries, 17 by gunshot, 5 by other means. There is an individual, a 33-year-old male, who is one of the suspected shooters, who has been pronounced deceased. There is also the youngest victim, who is a 13-year-old male, and as of the last status update, about 15 minutes ago, he was still listed in extremely critical condition. As I mentioned, at least 2 of the suspects are in police custody. The one individual who has been reported as deceased, plus another individual. The investigation is being undertaken by the Mercer County Prosecutor's Office, Homicide Task Force, because it is an officer-involved shooting.
Were they shooting at each other, these 2 guys, or were they shooting at other people together?
That's part of what's being looked at.
There are reports on social media that some of the police were firing in the air and hitting people. Can you say whether that's true, or can you respond to that?
Given how highly trained the police are, when the officer pulls his weapon out and discharges it, it's not in the air. It's to prevent a threat.
Can you talk about the guns that were seized? The type of guns there were? How many?
We're not giving out the numbers or make models yet.
There are a lot of evidence markers on the other side of the building. Was that the gunfire rolling out of the building, or was there a shooting on the streets on that side? Or was it all contained to the warehouses?
There was some shooting on the outside.
Can you talk about where the carjacking is? This somehow related? Is that what stemmed this?
That information just came in, Bob. We're still trying to sort all that out.
Was the deceased suspect shot by police?
That's what we believe.